Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Houston Texans. Two clubs here, each looking to rebound from a Week 1 loss as we're underway on EA Sports. From the 10. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. They'll start on the ground, Etienne. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They're going to look to throw. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
3 and out. A real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. They'll set up a throw. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. A big one there for the Jags. 18 yards, first down. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run. And let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long afternoon.
A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. Etienne once more. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 7 yards there and a first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
Running out of the gun with Etienne. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy this caliber who runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. On 2nd down, a run with Etienne. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down. You were telling me this yesterday. That's exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. This has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14. He'll drop to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. Going to throw right side here. Complete. And he's going to come up well shy of the 1st here as the tackle's made right around the 12. They get 13, but it's not nearly enough. And it'll be 4th down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
We're scoreless after 1. The Jags with the football to begin the 2nd quarter. And the first play will be a field goal try. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And the 11-year veteran bangs it through, and the Jaguars grab a 3-0 lead. So a nice drive on the road. You come in, you take the ball down, you get 3 points.
Yeah, points are a must on an opening drive, right? So they moved it down efficiently, got it done. I think that bodes well for their chances moving forward in this one.
Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. Taken from about the 12. And able to get this out to the 25. They'll come out throwing here on first down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The slot man in motion right. 2nd and 9 now. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football, and that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd and short.
The Texans had 0-1 in the year following the loss in the opener. And listen, they knew last week they were in for a tough fight on the road. But now here's the home opener and a chance to get things right.
And I like the way that you presented that, because the bottom line is they didn't come out of that loss discouraged. They just came home and said, hey, if we do what we're supposed to do, protect our home turf, we'll be just fine.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest with a guy with that type of speed. You do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they run successful.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
Now this offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. They trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. Room here to run. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. A big hitter there. A 1st down gain of 26 yards.
He's had his eyes on 7,000 career rushing yards, and with that last effort, he has hit that mark. What a career.
And that is the number to focus in on, because oftentimes we talk about where do they rank all time. We're not there yet. He's not knocking on the top 10 or the top 20. But over 7,000 yards in a career, fantastic.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. They'll try again. But he will lose yardage here as they knock him back to the 3.
Going quickly out to the right side. And he is not going to be able to get away as they swarm him for a loss shy of the goal line. They get the completion but cannot push forward into the end zone. And the Jaguars are able to come up with a goal line stand. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally, because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated, because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw.
This pass complete. He finds Jeremy Ruckert.
And this is going to double their room to maneuver, able to get it from the 5 to the 10-yard line.
Hey, let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on, you're not going to be able to disguise him, because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
They'll look to throw. Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. They'll try and throw for it here. And it's going to be batted down, and will go the other way with the football. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. And the ball smacked down on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score.
The line of scrimmage once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. They'll set up to throw.
Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
Now they bring a receiver in motion right. Looking to throw. Flush to his right. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. He couldn't get the ball away on 4th and goal. And the Jaguars are able to come up with a goal line stand. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
And the shutout, at least for now, is still intact. Great job by the defense after, Charles, last time this crew was out here, remember, they gambled in their own territory, didn't get it. But the defense held, gave up no points.
And Brandon, sometimes it all just comes together, and I think the head coach senses it today. His defense, they're absolutely on fire. It doesn't matter where the ball is on the field. When that defense trots out there, no one's moving it, no one's scoring, and he's playing to it right now.
Well, that group's chasing a shutout. Teammates here on the offensive side going to try to provide a touchdown and gain the momentum even more on this series.
And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. They'll bring a receiver in motion left.
On 1st down, right back to Etienne.
And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll drop to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
And looking at Houston defensively, they've got a dime set. 6 DBs on third. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. This is complete to Hawkins. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 38-yard line. Straight ahead, Etienne. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Now whistles at a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half.
First down, Jaguars.
So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. He hit his first one, this from 44 yards out now. And his kick here is good. And that will do it for this first half. So a couple of field goals, that's all we've been able to muster through 2 quarters of play. 6-0 is our count at the break. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Texans down on the scoreboard, but they do get the first crack here as we are back underway in the second half. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well and they've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now back to throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. And the Jags are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield.
And that has to be a little bit discouraging because after all their halftime talk, adjustments, and points of emphasis, their first drive ends with an interception. Absolutely aggravating if you're a head coach because you spent all that time, gone through every situation possible, and it still ends in a turnover.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It's only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Here's a 2nd and 7. That's going to be caught by Kirk.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. And they'll go again with Etienne.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
And they've just not been able to block him at all throughout this game. Seems like every other play, he's doing something in the backfield. Already got 2 sacks. And now here's a tackle behind the line.
Gun now on 3rd down.
And completes it to Kirk over the middle. And he is going to have a Jags 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the 1st down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. And they'll send the slot in motion left. A shotgun snap and again to Etienne.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stump that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Etienne up the middle. About 3 yards there to the 27.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they throw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down. They'll look to throw here. Touchdown! A great play there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign as his guys are able to extend their lead. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time, they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment, The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
They'll look to throw. And that's caught at the 2. And he is not going to get in there. He stops short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
They'll look to throw here on first down. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. They go right back to him for 20 and a first.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And he's got his big wide receiver complete.
Outside of the 28-yard line. It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
They'll look to throw again. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. Back to throw again. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. Oh, very close to a turnover there in the end zone. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Slot man moves right. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Again, he'll drop to throw. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Texans have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Extra point by York is up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. This is taken just shy of the 10. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Now ETN to start the drive. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Back to throw here. He completes it to Olave.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A gain there of 21 yards.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the fourth quarter.
Here's a give to Etienne.
And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. He'll look to throw. Over the middle, it's complete.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
The offense on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This will be 3rd and 5. They'll set up a throw. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. There he goes left side. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD.
Well, I mean, both offenses have clearly struggled throughout, so kind of fitting that it's another big defensive play that yields points here in the late going.
Yeah, really, both of these defenses have been up to the task throughout this game, and we haven't seen much in terms of offensive creativity or results. And there, not only does the defense force a turnover, but they have the presence of mind to take it back for 6 points.
And he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their fourth quarter lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
From the 10. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they have to try and move past that pick 6 because now they're dealing with a fourth quarter.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness.
And the Texans are going to take possession of the football.
Agreed, that's twice now in this fourth quarter.
As a quarterback, a lot of times you think it's all on you to make plays when you're losing. And here, the play's not there, but he throws it anyway.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he'll throw this one away. But I don't think he was out of the pocket. No, here comes the flag.
Yeah, he hadn't gotten far enough away from the pocket to throw that football away, and that draws the flag.
Yeah, the old tackle box, right? Get outside of each tackle, and then you can go ahead and throw it away, and you're in good shape. But if you're back there in the pocket, you got to make sure of what you're doing.
He'll drop to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab it, and that'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down. The Texans send the punter out. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is, at the 6-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll be hit and dropped for a loss at the 5-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
They're going to look to throw.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. And it has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw.
Oh, that's going to be a costly one. It's intercepted.
And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD.
York now for the extra point.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. It's caught at the 5. And he gets in. And no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
From the 10. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Flushed out right.
And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
Well, they've certainly had trouble unlocking this defense through 3.5 quarters, so I don't expect it to get any easier now. You know they're going to be sitting back and waiting on everything, and they force an incompletion there.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
And the Texans are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point.
And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 24-yard line.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And he comes back with one complete. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
Things looking much rosier for him here in week 2. They work with the lead as they've got it 1st and 10.
He's going to wind up and air it out. And this throw will be intercepted.
And the Jaguars are going to take over here up near the 40.
Well, in all likelihood, this ball game's still over. I mean, even with the interception, 2-score game, they need a miracle.
Curious decision to even throw the ball in that situation, but maybe they saw a stacked line of scrimmage and said, hey, it's better to try and throw than to try and run against it. In any event, I think you're exactly right. Now, the other team can pad their stats, but I don't think they're going to win.
Yeah, and that's caught inside the 30. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. They'll look to throw. And he's got it. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. And now we're going to get a timeout. Somewhat pointlessly called with 3 seconds to go in a game that's already been decided. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
They'll try to run with ETN.
And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game.